In this one, we'll understand a little bit further about the various AWS SDK and how to use it. So AWS SDK is useful in the Eclipse so that you can easily create new Java projects. It helps you to create new Java project using the AWS Java library. You can use the Eclipse Java IDE to build and debug your applications directly into the Amazon cloud. It automatically downloads new version of SDK through the Eclipse update site. So those are the benefit of this. Let us see AWS Explorer. It helps you to create, view and delete Amazon S3 objects. So you can see all of the objects just like a folder and files. So the way you manage all the folders and files in your desktop, same way you can manage all the folders and file in Amazon S3 cloud using AWS Explorer. So that is the good part of this. Okay. You can add, edit and delete resources to help build and test your application without leaving the IDE. So these are the AWS Explorer, AWS SDK and AWS Elastic Beanstalk. All of these three, have been provided in Eclipse plugin. So that is what is the good part about AWS Eclipse plugin or toolkit. All of these are, you can use just SDK, you can use just Explorer or this one, but if when you download and configure Eclipse plugin, it will let you use all of these three and it makes your development much easier. Okay. Now, how do you set up an Eclipse plugin for AWS? First is you have to install Java 1.5 or higher. You can download the Java from this URL. Next is install the latest Eclipse IDE for Java Enterprise Edition developers. You can download it from here. You must be signed up for the services you want to use. So that is Amazon Web Services. So sign up for the Amazon Web Services. And there is another plugin kind of a thing called Eclipse Web Tools Platform 2.0 and Eclipse Data Tool Platforms 1.7 or higher based on your requirements of Eclipse distribution. So if you are using Eclipse IDE for Enterprise Edition, you may not need these two, but if you are going to use Eclipse Classic, then you will definitely need both of these to be installed in your system. So that is what it says, that you need to use Eclipse Data Platform 1.7 or this one. Now go to the menu called Open, Help and click Install New Software. Inside this Install New Software, you have to enter this URL called http://amazon.com Eclipse. And you can put whatever you want at the top of the dialog, but this is the place where from where you will download your Eclipse plugin for AWS. From this, there it will provide you a list and you can select AWS Toolkit for Eclipse from the list below. Click Next. Eclipse guides you through the remaining installation steps. Sometimes this steps might take 5 to 10 minutes. Once it is done, go to Windows Preferences and AWS Toolkit and click Configure Account Name, Access Key ID and Secret Access Key. So once in the AWS Toolkit, you have to do all of this. Next one is that you should also install Putty and WinSCP. Putty helps you to log in remotely to your servers sitting in cloud in a secured way with your own public and private key encryption. WinSCP helps you easier way to transfer the files from your desktop to your cloud servers in a much easier and convenient and UI driven way. So you can do it like FTP get, FTP put through the command line using the putty. That's also possible, but WinSCP just makes your life little easier to give you a UI framework to transfer the files from the server to local or local to server. Putty, you can log into your server, run some command prompt, check out anything, and whatever you want to do, you can do it there. And you get pretty much as a root password as well. Now first you have to do is that you have to download a key from your AWS console in PuttyGen. Next is that save this private key in some new file, and then configure the putty using a location of your private key and configure the DNS name of your AWS instance. So we'll talk about